Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Aloha, everyone, and welcome to the Wahiawa Whitmore Village Neighborhood Board number 26 meeting. We are going to start our meeting and by roll call.
When I call your name, please let me know if you're present. Charisma,
Present.
thank you. Francher, here, thank you. Rosler, absent. Sylvia, present, thank you. Mendenzo, Aaron, present, thank you. Yoro, present. Umaki,
Here.
present online, thank you. Yamamoto, present, thank you. Ishikawa, here, thank you. With that, I have 8 members present, thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Aloha again. We will begin our meeting today, starting with our first responder monthly reports, calling the fire department. Okay, then we're going to move on to our police department.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Scott Vieira with the Wahiawa Police Station. I'm the night watch commander, which works from 6 o'clock to 7:30 in the morning. I'll go ahead with the stats for the last month. There were 2 assaults. There were no robberies. There were 2 burglaries, 6 unauthorized entry into motor vehicles or cars that were broken into, and there were 61 motor vehicle collisions. Total calls for service were 1,199. I know during the last meeting, there was some things that were asked regarding the e-bike. So I have a flyer that I'll leave for you guys to look at. It's a kind of quick reference. And also for the Citizens Peace Academy, I have some information on that. Unfortunately, I think for this year, it had already started, but it goes once a year and there's some classes that are held on Thursdays, but I'll leave that with you guys as well. That's okay. And then for the safety tip, I just kind of wanted to go over Hawaii Revised Statute 291C 137. You know, a few years ago, driving with your cell phone was a big thing. A lot of people were getting citations. It was a rather steep fine, but you don't hear too much about it anymore. But with the traffic fatalities on the rise this year, it's like really much more than last year. I just wanted to remind people that it is illegal to be driving and on your cell phone or any electronic device for that matter. There is an exception where you can use it if you have to make a 911 emergency call. Other than that, the only way you can use your phone is if your vehicle is off the roadway in a safe place and your engine needs to be turned off, you can be on your phone. And then recently, a lot of people don't realize, but as far as pedestrians, you know, they have a responsibility too. But if you're on your cell phone or mobile electronic device and crossing the road, that's also, you can be issued a citation too. So just trying to make everyone aware, we all got to do our part to keep the road safer. We're off to a bad start and wasn't slowing down. So it's the safety tip I have. Thank you.
Okay, any questions from the board? Yes, go ahead, June.
I witnessed something and other people told me that the teenagers are doing this. They approach a red light. They have the red light and they start looking at the traffic, trying to get eye contact, and they make like they're going to cross against the light. I don't know if they're playing games. I don't know if you've heard that, but I've witnessed somebody doing that, and other people have that I've talked to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if they're, I don't know if it's the latest fad. Maybe they're trying to get on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
See if they can get the car to slam on the brakes or something.
Yeah. I haven't heard, Dennis, you heard anything? Yeah. I haven't heard anything about that, but yeah, doesn't sound like it's just causing more hazards in the roadway, but.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to point that
Okay.
out because I'm not the only one that saw it.
Uh-huh.
Other people told me that
If you do
they've
though,
seen it
if
too.
you do and you can safely make a call, report it, see what, give a description of what the kids or whoever it is, and we'll go talk to them and see what they're up to, what they're doing, and maybe we need to learn about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I got one more question.
Sure.
You know, the Friday before Labor Day, was that a tree that caused all the problems in traffic?
There was an accident. I remember there
There
was
was
a
an accident and a
Yes.
tree.
There was yeah, and it was kind of early actually, but it just started everything, and the traffic was bad all the way. People were actually going all the way around because they couldn't get into
To
Camp
include
Harry by
even,
Carson thought.
even at like 6 o'clock I mean, not 6 o'clock, like late afternoon, it was still,
Yes, it was really bad. In fact, my major was trying to leave. He said, "What's going on?" Is I said, "Everything's cleared up." It was just the residuals from the two incidents earlier in the day. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
bad.
okay, there were other contributing factors too, that I noticed from the beginning that, uh, no offense for the division, but the division was on a training holiday and they had a event on Stoneman Field.
Oh,
So even before the traffic was backing up, it would take like 4 or 5 lights before people could go into Stoneman Field. And that's causing already a backup from the morning time. That was like 8:30.
okay.
So I don't know if the you could point it out to somebody, the MPs or something that if there's an event going on Stoneman Field and everybody's on a training holiday and they close the other gates, it may cause unintended consequences. And I noticed from that morning, and that I believe that was before any of the accident or the tree.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, but I do know the two incidents.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the major cause, but all I'm saying is contributing factor.
Okay.
And the fact that Colmore Gate was closed, so the civilian workers had to work that day still yet. So they were telling me that they had to go all the way around down Willikina and go to the gate, the Cuneo roadside to get onto the base.
Uh-huh.
And they're working, so they got to do that. So it wasn't just that. I mean, and there could have been other things that caused it to, because it was almost all day, like you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bad day for everybody. I was caught in that. So I missed my appointment,
Oh.
but that's okay. It was a bad day, June. It was a bad day for traffic in every direction. Any other questions for HPD? Any questions from the community? Yes. If you can come up to use a mic, thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Chad, Whitmore resident. I just have a question here. So recently, I live by the school, by Helawano Elementary. I think it was 2 weeks ago, we had an officer come around and just ticket everybody who's parked on the side. Okay, this happened at between 7 and 7:30 in the evening, I believe. And I also believe it was because of a complaint that people are parking alongside the road, blocking while the kids are walking to school. Now, my question is does this complaint, because I know you guys have to respond, right? But does this, or do they put into factor, or yeah, I guess factor, what time the call comes in?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it does, most of those complaints, and I think that was a OIC complaint that came in. Yeah, so a lot of times, depending on what the actual complaint is, if it was only during school, that's when we'll address, we'll address the complaint to make sure that we are actually addressing what was complained about. In that complaint, I think it was parking all hours on the street. So I think day and night watch went out there to either enforce, educate, or warn people, but it was an ongoing complaint, I believe.
I bring this up because this has been ongoing. This has been ongoing for years. I believe the last time it was a really big issue was about 5 or 6 years ago. The officers came at, I think it was 12 o'clock at night. And they ticketed everybody on Ihi Avenue from one stoplight to the other stoplight. And they were there for over 2.5 hours because both sides got tickets. You know, it becomes ridiculous for us residents who we're parked there in the evening and we're gone in the mornings. You know, we're gone. We're gone in the mornings. But to come out at midnight or real late in the evening, or even like this time, I believe that's ridiculous because where am I supposed to park? Whitmore, houses in Whitmore, a lot of the houses in Whitmore, especially the older ones, are still one-car garage homes. My house is a one-car garage home. I have 3 cars. My father has one, I have one, my brother has one. I can't fit 3 cars in my yard. So, you know, there needs to be something done about this.
Okay, so Chad, that's a question that we can work
But
with.
you know, I just wanted to
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
about that.
But if it's
yeah.
ongoing, like you said, it's ongoing, that's, we can also
I'll bring
reach the
that up
city.
during the residents' concerns.
Yeah, and we can also talk to, our city's Department of Transportation Services. They can check out the streets, check out where parking is, if there are signs, proper signage up or not. So if this is ongoing, this is something we can work on as our board. Okay. Thank you, Chad. Any other questions for HPD? Oh, I'm sorry. HPD, no. Okay. Virtually, anyone? Questions for HPD? Okay. Oh,
I'm just going to leave this.
okay.
Sorry about that.
No, I thought you were.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I have no other questions. Thank you very much for HPD.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your
Have a good
time.
evening.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next monthly reports, our our Congresswoman Jill Takuta's office. Okay, we'll come back if we see her. Moving on to our Army. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Julia Gogol representing the Army. U.S. Army Garrison Hawaii is holding their next hiring fair on October 14th at the Oahu Veterans Center in Honolulu, beginning at 8:30 and ending at 2 p.m. There's an option to make an appointment online at www.himwr.com, or walk-ins are also welcome. Small arms blank fire will continue until Friday, and then again from the 20th to the 22nd. Aviation training, day only from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. will continue until Friday. Artillery, mortar, and demolitions training will be the 20th, and then the 27th through the 30th of September. That includes night live fire, which can go to the late evening, early morning. The U.S. Army Garrison Hawaii and Survivor Outreach Services will host the Gold Star Mothers and Families observance on September 28th. The 25th Infantry Division will execute the annual JPMRC training exercise from November 7th through the 16th. Please be aware there will be an increase in traffic and noise in the weeks prior to and after the exercise. Residents may also experience increased military aircraft overnight, low-flying helicopters, and fixed-wing aircraft flown in and out of Wheeler Army Airfield. The majority of military training locations are in the northern part of Oahu and some Central Island. However, residents will see troops moving to and from these training areas. For any concerns, please call the new community concern line with U.S. Army Garrison at 808-787-1528. Are there any questions?
Any questions from the board? Yes, go ahead, Erin, and then Jean.
Hi, good evening. This is a very important question. Oktoberfest. Are you having it at Schofield this year?
I believe so, but I will double check.
Okay, that's very important. Okay, thank you.
Okay, question about you mentioned live fire, demolition fire. Just wondering if there's precautions and extra assurances that knowing that this is our dry season in terms of protections to ensure that there's no further fires, and if there could be an update of what happened to the fire that I think it happened. My time frame is wrong, but there was a fire about 2 weeks ago.
I can get you information on the fire that happened 2 weeks ago, but to my knowledge, if the fire level, I think is what it is orange or above, we're not allowed to do any live fires because it is the dry season and that could start a fire. I can get you more information, but that's the knowledge that I have.
Okay, more information would be good. And then we always appreciate when the Army does support other fires that happen, but just the assurances that the Army won't be causing fires in addition.
You mentioned low-flying aircraft. How low-flying aircraft are they?
I can find out, but I don't know.
I mean, we have a legal limit here.
Yes, it wouldn't be below that, I don't think. But I will check.
Go ahead, Sylvia.
I'm sorry, I forgot one thing. At the last meeting, I believe I asked the gentleman that was speaking for the Army about the palm trees on Wheeler. And I know that's, I guess, Wheeler Army Airfield.
Yes.
That's probably not your jurisdiction, but he was going to check into the,
Yes, I
Coconut
passed
Needle?
that up to U.S. Army Garrison. If you haven't received an answer, I can pass it up again.
oh, yeah, I haven't received anything.
I will pass that up
We
again.
haven't received any.
I will pass that up again.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions from the board? Okay, questions from the community for the Army? And virtually any questions for the Army? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. Okay, moving on to our Navy.
Good evening, everybody. The U.S. Navy is new September and October shipboard dates for September 20th, 27th, October 14th, 18th, and 25th. We invite any civic or school organizations that are interested in coming and seeing a U.S. Navy working guided missile destroyer to please contact us, and we'll put together the tour. We can take up to 20 people at a time. We would like to ask for, we'd like to bring out specific groups, but if it turns out just onesies and twosies, we can do our best to accommodate that too as well. So if you're part of an organization that would benefit, and it's always good to, as a taxpayer to see how your money is being spent, especially as it relates to the United States Navy, please, I would encourage you to take part in that. Secondly, you might have seen some on the news and as well as some crane operating near the USS Arizona. We're currently doing some preventative maintenance out there. We were moving two World War II era mooring platforms that were attached to the USS Arizona back in 1942 after it was sank during the attack on Pearl Harbor. So as these things begin to age, we've out of an abundance of caution decided to remove these things slowly. We're using a diamond wire saw cutter to remove portions slowly, little at a time. We are expecting to be finished with this late September, early October timeframe. Okay, that's what I have for time being.
Any questions from the board? Yes, Erin?
Hi, just wanted to know, Mr. Sanford, if there's any updates about, you're going to report back about the dry dock construction happening at Pearl Harbor?
Yes, the construction out there is the construction has taken place. We are we're still able to, as a result of that, still have, there's environmental folks out there to keep track of if there's any kind of need to pause on any kind of construction if there's some sort of turtle or some other something that in the water that may be out of concern, just to halt it until we're sure that it's nothing is in harm's way out there.
Okay, so just to be clear, so rather than using NOAA and civilians, the Navy is going to do the oversight themselves?
No, I'm sorry. I guess I.
Right, oh, even that, and you were referring to the, I think, US Arizona, but also the EIS, remember that we had a conversation a while back about that there was the nuclear submarine dry docks that was being done, and that people had been fired from their civilian positions, and their job was to ensure that the marine life was monitoring was continuing. So I asked who was doing the monitoring.
It's a great question. I know that the Navy does have folks out there, but I guess I know you a good answer on that though. Thanks.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, questions from the community? Yes, please come to the mic. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Tom Lenchenko, Whitmore resident. If you could track for me prior to the COVID, that's kind of a long time ago, I was part of the Restoration Advisory Board for Pearl Harbor. And I think we had submitted a request to find out what the heavy metals were in the lower portion of the, I call them Pu'uloa, but the harbor. If there were any heavy metals, from military, or is it all coming off the housing area up above? Because there's 13 rivers that enter into Pu'uloa. So I'm just looking at the contamination level, or if you have any way of trying to research the documentation that may have, come forward now that COVID is over.
Sir, I'm going to take down your question if you wouldn't mind after I'm done here at the mic, and I'll look up your specific question and we'll see what we can find for you.
Okay, any other questions for the Navy? Yes, go ahead, come. Oh, you can pull it down. You can definitely pull it down. Thank
I
you.
thought it'd be faster. Palava resident, wondering, and then also do work around the lead contamination in Pu'uloa, updates on relocation of the live fire training area at Pu'uloa, if you have any updates on also heavy metals in that area that have been found. Anything about Pu'uloa, I need to know.
Your name, it is.
Oh my. Honu Aina Nichols.
Okay, both good questions. I'm going to have to get with you and we'll go over together what exactly you are looking for. As in, I'll try to get that information for you by next meeting, or give me your contact information and I'll get a hold of you directly from there.
Thank you, Dan. Any other questions from the community? Okay, any questions virtually for the Navy? Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks for your time.
Okay. Okay, then we're going to move on to our government agency, Board of Water Supply.
Aloha, Chair.
Online.
Yep. Nikki with Board of Water Supply. I just have a couple things to touch on this month. There was one water main break in the Wahiawa Whitmore Village area in August, and that was on October 27th when an 8-inch cast iron water main broke at 215 Kellogg Street. And we wanted to highlight this month, we have our Imagine a Day Without Water events. I know it's not in your folks' area, but small island. So on Saturday, September 20th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we're going to be at Windward Mall Center Court in Kaneohe. We're going to have over 20 city, state, community organizations, interactive displays, rainbow workshops, lots of hands-on activities and prize giveaways, but it's really just a chance to learn about the value of water and the impacts of climate change today and in the future. Admission, of course, is free for everybody, and you can find out more if you go to boardofwatersupply.com/OneWaterHawaii. And with that, if there are any questions or concerns, I'm happy to take those back.
Okay, stand by. Any questions from the board? Go ahead, TJ.
Hi, aloha. Thank you for your report tonight. I just wanted to, I was kind of hoping that resident Chad was here. He had come, I think, to the last meeting and had some concerns about the work that was going on Ames Street. And it was Chad. Yeah, there he is. Chad, if you don't mind, would you share the information about the water work that was done on Ames near your property? You had some concerns at the last meeting.
Okay, so backstory on that, they're doing, what is that? They're installing water lines.
The water
right?
system improvements.
Right. So the contractors, they park their machines on the side of the road. They've used our property, alongside. And our property had a fire hydrant. Yeah, they had a fire hydrant over there. So they took that fire hydrant out, replaced it with the one across the street. A lot of these stones and, the rocks and stuff was left on the property. Property was also, all the grass was also all bust up and stuff because of their machines and stuff. It's like, my question was, don't they clean that up and, at least replant my grass, kind of thing? Because now it gets all dirt and mud when it rains.
They are supposed to be cleaning that up. I'm so sorry that they did not. If I can get your address, you don't have to like say it out loud, but if you want to give it to Jeannie or TJ and they can email me and I'll have our team come out.
I mean, I've cleaned it up already and stuff like that. It been about 6-7 months now, so I keep forgetting to come and complain about it. So I came last month. But yeah,
thank
I
you
mean, I've
for
cleaned it
bringing
up. What was that?
Well, thank you for bringing it to our attention and for cleaning it up. I'm sorry you had to do that.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, we have other people, other neighbors down Ames Street that they're working on right now. So, that was just one of the big questions that I had to ask.
Have you
So
noticed
Nicole,
it?
maybe,
Have I noticed?
Have you noticed it down, like further down the road since it's happened at your place?
Well, oh, okay.
Kathleen's there in person. Thanks, Kathleen.
Yeah, she's right there.
okay. Thank you, Kathleen.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Chad. Sorry I called you back in like that, but, and Chad, it's never a complaint because we want to make sure that that area is also safe because you and I both know that there are a lot of community members that go walking on your street. So, thank you, Nicole, and thank you, Kathleen. Appreciate your energy.
Okay. Any other questions for Board of Water Supply? Okay, hearing none. Thank you very much, Nicole.
Take care, guys.
Okay, we're going to move on to item 3B, which are Department of Transportation. Fawn? None? Okay. We're going to move on to our residents' concerns and community announcements. I remind everyone that this is a time in the program that you can express a concern. We do have a 2-minute maximum because we do have a full agenda. So if you do have a concern, please come up, state your name, your organization, or your concern. And other than that, we also will take any community announcements. This is a time to do that as well. So any residents' concerns to report that you would like us to follow up on or check on? Anything virtually? Okay, then how about any events coming up? Thank you.
Good evening and aloha. I'm Reen Mancho representing the Wahiawa Lions Club. Nice to see some familiar faces. It's Veterans Day Parade time. And next month, I'm going to request approval from the neighborhood board to approve the 79th Wahiawa Lions Veterans Day Parade. This is part of the permitting process that we work with all the different agencies to take permits to put on this parade. So it starts at Wahiawa District Park and you're going to organize at 9 o'clock and then it starts at 10. Royal Hawaiian Band is always up front with the Army, the military, and then the community. It's a free parade. So the flyer that you have, just sign up, and then you'll get a response and you'll get your lineup number on the parade. It starts at 9, it's organized at 9, starts at 10. It ends at Ka'ala Elementary School. And from 10:30 to 2, the Ka'ala Elementary School and Wahiawa Middle School have a celebration, craft fair, food booth, entertainment. So there's a big event. So it's, again, the schools can use it as a fundraiser, but thanks, Wahiawa Lions is very happy we got partners to help us. But I know that the military, U.S. Navy, we welcome you to be in the parade, all the different military agencies. So I'm here for any questions. And then the other flyer I have is the Day at the Lake. And you might have gotten that one. So that's September 27th from 10 to 3. So the Wahiawa Fresh Group is putting on Day at the Lake, free boat tours. You can sign up, 30 minutes, you get to ride around Lake Wilson, get a nice tour of nature. And then there's, again, entertainment, food booth, craft fair, and just a chance to meet the community, but appreciate the magic of Wahiawa. We have this hidden treasure, this freshwater park, Lake Wilson. It's from 10 to 3, September 27th, Veterans Day Parade. I'll see you guys again for the November 11th sign up. Any questions?
Chad, go ahead.
The parade ends at Kaala. It moved.
Yeah.
For 72 years, it was going uphill. And it took a long time. Now that it goes downhill, the parade fast. It
It's,
finishes.
it's super fast.
But we moved it only because the Maui fires, we did a fundraiser for the families that suffered from the Maui wildfires. And so we started at the park. We had a big celebration in the field with Kapena and Melvin Lead and everybody just to raise money to help the families in Lahaina and Maui. That was a big success. That was one time only that everybody said, what a good idea. Can you continue keeping the parade going downhill? And so so I got a lot of flack for that. Yeah, they said, how dare you change it? After 77 years, we've been going uphill. And then now that it's going downhill, they go, make sure you do the same thing next year. We like it going downhill. But anyway, the community comes out. Jolani Martinez, Hawaii News Now, 2013 Lelehua grad. She's our MC. So we get Hawaii News Now to cover it. But thank you, Neighborhood Board. We'll see you for next month's approval.
And
Thank
I just want to ask you on this flyer, you mentioned it starts Saturday, September 27th from 10 a.m. to 3, but this flyer says 9 a.m.
Oh, sorry.
So which is it 9 10?
9 a.m.
It's 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Okay,
Day at
thank
the Lake is 9 a.m.
Okay.
And if
thank
you want to provide any entertainment, I'm also in charge of that. So there's a couple of slots open. I know Wahiawa Middle School will be performing that jazz band and the Ryugen Taiko group. So hula halau.
Very
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you next month for the vote. And I see a hand up, and after that, I will announce a few more flyers that came in. I see a hand up. Oh, Michelle, go ahead.
Yes, hi, thanks. I wanted to announce the Wahiawa Town Santa Parade on Friday, December 5th, starting at 6:30. And they're starting at Ka'ala Elementary and walking uphill and gonna end at North King Street.
Okay, got that one. The Santa Parade, December 5th at 6:30 p.m. Walking up. So it starts at Ka'ala and ends at Lelehua. Is that correct? Or no, at the park?
At the park, yes. Thank you.
Okay, and I have 3 other flyers that came in. We'll announce this quickly. Family Festival, Summer Camp Fun for the whole family, September 27th through 28th, 2025. Carnival games, local food trucks, live music, splash and dance, and more. And this is at Camp Mokuleia. And there's another one here from Camp, this is a little bit different. Camp Mokuleia, this is for Sunday, September 28th. And there's a 500-meter swim and a 5K run. And there's a youth race, a 100-meter swim, and a 1-mile run. Proceeds will benefit Camp Mokuleia, making your effort count both on and off the course. There is no contact information on this one, but it is with Camp Mokuleia, so you could call them for more information. And the last one is the 2025 North Shore Emergency Prep Fair on Saturday, October 11th, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's at the Wailua Community Association. And again, this is on Saturday, October 11th, 2025, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, thank you very much. So we're finished with that section of our agenda. We're going to move to our presentations. Again, we do have a full agenda. We will allow for the presentation and then a couple of minutes of Q&A, but we do have 3 presentations to get through. Rules of decorum. All participants at this meeting shall extend the spirit of aloha to one another. There shall be no displays of disrespect to one another. Public comments can be made within the stated time limits and without interruption, unless the comments are offensive and or out of order and are not conducive to civil discourse. Having said that, we're going to begin with item 5A. The presentation is a Taste of Town Wahiawa It's a Center Street event. Guillermo Maman, Regenerative Tourism Program Managing Office and Economic Revitalization from the City and County of Honolulu. I did it in one breath. We practiced how many times on the phone? I'm sorry.
My wife still call me babe. She still have a problem with my first name. So nobody's ever said it in the 38 years I've lived here. But thank you very much. Good evening and aloha. My name is Guillaume Mamon. I'm the Regenerative Tourism Manager for the City and County of Honolulu's Office of Economic Revitalization. I have a presentation. I will make sure to keep my presentation under 5 minutes. It has 4 parts. I'm going to talk about our Office of Economic Revitalization. It's a new office at the City and County. I'll talk about the Regenerative Tourism Program and why we're doing this event that I will present today, a placemaking event in Wahiawa. And in order to give a little context, I'll also show a couple of slides of another placemaking event that we did in Chinatown. This project was initiated by the Office of Economic Revitalization and with the support of Council Member Wire. So I'm not sure the slides are moving when I move it. Oh, no, it's moving too fast. Very good. So the Office of Economic Revitalization was an office that was created during COVID in 2020 to help with the revitalization of Oahu. Our vision is that every person prospers, and our mission is to build a strong economy for Oahu. The Regenerative Tourism Program that I have the chance to manage is in partnership with our community and the hospitality industry to focus on our people and our place. We want to make sure that since 2020, in partnership with the Hawaii Tourism Authority, we establish a new type of tourism that reset and redefine tourism in Hawaii. That's what we call regenerative tourism. It was put in place through the Oahu Destination Management Action Plan that was put together with HTA in partnership with the City and County of Honolulu. We identified 4 priorities: buy local, transportation, short-term rental, and managing of hotspots. That brings me to Taste the Town, Wahiawa. So one of our programs, as I said, is buy local. We want to make sure, we want to invite visitors as well as residents to really know about our local businesses, especially in places where they might not go. There's a reason why our first or last event, I'm sorry, was in Chinatown. We brought some people there, some visitors as well. Now, after having a discussion with Council Member Wire and his office, we thought that in District 2, a place like Wahiawa would be a good place to be. We are in a partnership with the Wahiawa Value Added Product Development Center and Wahiawa Fresh. This is not in the slide, but I can also announce that HICO has agreed to partner with us as well and will be helping us financing this event. So we are going to do it in coordination with the Wahiawa Market Day, which is the 3rd Saturday of each month. That's the reason why we chose Saturday, November 15 to do it. It will be from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Value Added Center. You will see here that we also talk about Center Street, but we've decided to actually, since last week, move everything to the center. The event objective is to celebrate Wahiawa's rich and diverse food establishments. We've already talked to several of them. Support and showcase local food entrepreneurs, chefs in the community, and foster civic pride and placemaking here in Wahiawa. There are going to be several activities. So of course, there are going to be food station. We want to invite people to come to the Wahiawa, Wahiawa Value Added Product Development Center. There will be vendors inside to showcase their products. We're going to use the parking lot for 2 things. One will be to have vendors, food vendors with tents, show and feature their product as well. And we're going to have entertainment as well to bring the crowd. We're very happy to confirm that the Royal Hawaiian Band has confirmed their attendance, and they will actually be starting the show from 1 p.m. to 1:45. We are also in contact, our partner Wahiawa Fresh, and Darren Uesugi has been very helpful. He's in contact with other performers from Wahiawa, taiko drums. I understand he's been contacting hula halaos as well to have hopefully a full day of entertainment to attract people. We've also talked to Chef Alan Wong, being from Wahiawa, to give a cooking demonstration. Hopefully his status as a celebrity chef will also attract attendance. Event logistic, like I say, you can see Center Street at the moment. However, we've decided not to split the event, and we are going to put everything at the center. There will be parking available. We've talked to the Department of Transportation Services to see how we can utilize the parking at the transit center. We are in talk with Hongguangji next to the center to hopefully have the ability to use the parking as well. And as I mentioned, terminating my presentation, I just want to talk about the last one we did. It was called Dazzle. It was more about art than it was about food, but it was Dine, Art, Shop, and Love. Well, that we did in Honolulu. We had in Chinatown, sorry. We had a fashion show. We had several artists. We did it inside the Hawaii Theater and outside at the Sun Yat-sen Park. We attracted over 600 participants, and over 14 businesses participated as well. All of them reported great sales during that day, which is a Saturday in Chinatown. It's always a slow day for them. So that's what we're trying to do, placemaking, bring people to an area, let them know about the area. Ideally, what we'd like to do, this is a pilot event, the Taste the Town. We'd love to have that on regular basis, maybe every 6 months, every year, and have some excitement with the diverse vendors in Wahiawa. Of course, we're going to do some media campaign. We have some funding from the city and county to do some media campaign. We went on TV to advertise. We go on TV to advertise the events, and also we do radio and social media. Wanted to thank the board and community members to listening to me. If you have any question, I'm available.
Thank you very much. Any questions, board members? Yes, go ahead, Sylvia.
So just for clarification, sir, you're not dividing it up between two different locations. It's all at the value added.
That's correct. Thank you. So when I sent that presentation was a week ago. We had a meeting on Thursday, and we decided in order not to move people around too much, we're going to keep it at the Wahiawa Center. However, we wanted to make sure that all the other restaurants, we've talked to a lot of restaurants in Wahiawa, are also participating in if they offer a special discount, a special price that day. So in addition to that, thank you for the question. We have contacted a trolley company that will go around and bring people around Wahiawa. So they're going to go California, Kane Street, Kilani, Kamehameha, and turn around. Because we've talked to several restaurants, Indian restaurant, two of them, Mexican restaurants, Korean restaurants. We have a whole list that want to participate. They might not want to come to the event and have a tent because they have to provide personnel, but we still want to participate. So because of that, and we'll pay for the trolley to go around that day. So thank you for the question, but it would no longer be in Center Street. Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Yes, go ahead, TJ.
Hi, thank you for your presentation, Guillaume.
Thank you.
Thank you for 3 years of French in high school. So a couple questions. Most importantly, will there be security at the transit center if people are parking there? I know that your event goes from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Correct. We have not planned for specific security. We didn't think there was a need for security, but I'm happy to look at that if you think that could be an issue. Has it been an issue in the past?
It is. There's a lot of foot traffic in that area, especially in the evening. So I would, if it's possible for you to have some kind of security at the transit center, I think that would be a great selling point for people using that as a parking area.
Thank you very much for the suggestion, and we'll make sure to address this issue.
Great. And then my second question is about having a Dazzle right here in Wahiawa. We've got a beautiful venue at the Mango Street Grill and the Central Oahu Event Center. I'm sure we would love to have our artists and other performers take part in this. So maybe we can do something in 2026 and dazzle Wahiawa.
I would love it. That's all Wahiawa. Some of the performers, by the way, have been contacted by Wahiawa Fresh, and they will be performing at the Taste of Town. So that can be a first, pilot to see the performers. And I'll be delighted to do a dazzle in Wahiawa. Thank you for your suggestion.
Yeah, and as you go through Wahiawa, you'll note that there are a lot of artists, not only our high school and our school age keiki, but there are many, many artists that have their work in and around businesses in Wahiawa. So I think a dazzle in 2026 would be a great way to showcase the beauty that Wahiawa has.
Thank you very much. And if you don't mind, if I can get your information, I'll send you the full report of Dazzle. I know I sent it to Chair Ishikawa earlier.
Okay.
I'll be happy to share that with you. That'll give you all the survey, the number of people that came, the number of artists. If you're interested in helping us with that, I'll be delighted to.
Yeah, I actually attended last year's one and it was fabulous.
You did, thank you.
So if you can bring it to Wahiawa, that would be even better.
Well, thank you very
We
much.
appreciate it.
I appreciate that. And by the way,
Thank
the
you.
reason why we're doing in Wahiawa is because Councilmember Wire attended our Dazzle, and that was his idea to do why don't we do something in Wahiawa? That's the reason why we did that. We didn't think that we thought that food was important in Wahiawa, the diversity. That's the reason why we turned it. I love food, so you got me there. But we thought that would be the priority. But very happy to have a art component and a Dazzle here. Thank you.
Great. I look forward to helping you plan it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Questions from the community? And virtually, any questions? Oh, I see Pony. Hi, Pony. Can you unmute?
Can you hear me okay?
Okay. You're good. Thank you.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Aloha, my
Aloha,
name
my
is.
name is.
Thank you for the
Thank you for the
presentation today.
today.
I'm the
I'm
owner
the
of
owner of
the
the
Big and Spice
Spice
Company
Company
in our community. Also fourth generation Wahiawa resident. And so I'd like to note for the record that although this event is being described as involving local businesses, my business has not been approached or invited to participate. We would be interested. Similarly to some events that have recently taken place in the community, we also weren't invited to those. So we just want to make sure that the campaigning is hitting on all of the small business owners and not just a select few. Mahalo.
So thank you very much for the question. One of the reasons I'm here is actually to make sure that the community knows about this event. So thank you very much. I'll be happy to give you my email address. We are looking for vendors and participants. We have contacted some. But we were helped by Wahiawa Fresh because they are from here and they know the participants or the vendors, but we'll be happy to. And by the way, it's important to say that this is a complete free event for the vendors. We are financing that event, and HECO, Hawaiian Electric, he's helping out with the funding. So it'll be completely free, of course, for the vendor. We do not charge the vendors. We want to help with the revitalization, so we don't want to burden the vendors financially. And of course, it'll be free for the participant as well. So we'll pay for the artists, we'll pay for the tents. I'm looking for in-kind sponsor, by the way, for tents, etc. I just met a very nice lady from the Lions Club in Wahiawa. So if the Lions Club would like to participate, I'll be delighted to work with anybody who wants to do that with us.
Okay. Any other questions? I think we're good. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. And if we can call up our next presentation, which is for the Wahiawa Fall Festival, Pastor Lauren Shimabukuro.
Aloha. Thank you very much, neighborhood board members and board chair, for allowing us to share about the Wahiawa Fall Festival. So it's scheduled for October 31st. That's a Friday evening. And what we're targeting is to go ahead and shut down a portion of Center Street. So directly after the transit center and the Queens Hospital, Queens Medical Center driveway through the portion just before you hit Lehua Street. So there'll be parking on both sides. And then there'll be, we have planned activities for the children. Basically, this is a Halloween alternative. It's a safe way for the children to celebrate, families to come together in community and celebrate as well. And then we have vendors also that'll be coming to go ahead and just share with the community. So that's it. We're opening it up to the community. The hope is that we can go ahead and it's not that different from some of the other events that people want to do. Is basically just share Wahiawa and have the community to come together.
Pastor, can you give us the date and time again?
Yes, October 31st from 6:30 to 9.
And if you are using just Center Street,
Yes,
okay. Are you going to be needing a vote of approval from us? I mean, as you go to your Department of Transportation Services permit?
yes, because we're going through DTS.
Right. okay.
Yes, we're
So
working
then,
with them.
we'll schedule you for next month's meeting for that.
I don't know that we need to give notice. I know that.
Okay.
But we need to get all our paperwork in.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's the only thing that I'm a little bit concerned because next month is already October.
Yes.
So
Yeah, so I just want to keep you on track so that if you need us to also, which is normally we have to vote on it to support it, then you'll need to come back in to our October meeting as well, do that.
okay. I do have a question. What happens if something else happens? Because that means all of our advertising and everything is on hold until that time in order for us to
Actually,
remain.
you're actually on this
available?
month's agenda.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah.
oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay. So we're good then? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions for this event from the public? Joe, did you have a question?
Yeah, just what day of the week is this?
It's a Friday evening.
It's a Friday night.
Yeah.
And Center Street has got construction going on.
Yes.
So you need to
So-
work with the contractors there.
I've spoken with the contractors. They finish sorry, is it okay to say what time they finish?
Well, the real time or what I tell you, which one is it?
So they're finished and cleared out by 3 is my understanding. Every other business in the area has either signed off on a letter of concurrence or is working with us on the event. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any questions virtually? Okay. Thank you, Pastor. And we'll
Thank you
come up
so
to you
much.
later on the agenda. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Okay, and we are on presentation number 3, which is a discussion and review of the 2025 Hawaii Farm Bureau event at Whitmore Village, which took place on July 12th and 13th, 2025. Is Brian here? Virtually? Okay. All right, I will try and schedule him again for next month's meeting then. Okay, I'm sorry about those who came for that. Okay, we're going to move on to section 6 of our agenda for elected officials. And our first one would be Kevin from Mayor's Office.
Hello, Chair. How are you?
Good,
Hello,
thank you.
Board. Great. Just a few updates to follow up on. I guess the big news is obviously the demolition of 523 and 525 Avocado. Happy to say that the building there has finally come down. And we continue to work with the DLNR on I think that they have an interest in acquiring the property, so the city's can continue to work with those folks. I think Councilmember Wyer's office may have some additional information on that as well. The second item that we have is I just wanted to check to make sure that the fans are now working in the meeting room.
Yep. All
Great.
good, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Item number 3, there was a resident that shared a report, I guess, requesting speed mitigation efforts on Circle Street or Circle Yeah, Circle Street. And the Department of Transportation reached back and said that they're going to be conducting an investigation and will inform the board of their findings sometime around March 2026. So they've got that on their list and they're going to continue to investigate. Item number 4 was the Wahiawa Transit Center maintenance, the lights and the clock. I've been asked to follow up with DTS for the October meeting on that. So I guess that's on their list and hopefully I'll have updates on that in October. And then there were 2 items. One item was the water line cleanup concerns that somebody had raised. I think it was a resident raised concerns around water cleanup on Royal Palm Drive. And I can't recall if that was raised through a riser or at the last board meeting. But we don't have an answer on that yet from BWS, so we'll Board of Water Supply. So we'll continue to follow up on that. And the last looked like it was an older item. I think that Councilmember Quaresma had raised a concern around the homeless encampment up by the Karsten Bridge. And I think the follow-up on that was that the HPD has worked with Dole Plantation and they're going to continue to work with them. And our Department of Community Services is also working with the DLNR. And they've got that area under review and they hope to have an action sort of towards the close of the fall 2025. So I'd imagine in the next month or so. And that's all that I had, Chair. I guess one more announcement is that the City and County of Honolulu Charter Commission is currently conducting their review. I'm sorry, it looks like my camera went off. They're currently, conducting their review of the charter. It's a once in a decade opportunity. So I think that the commission is going to be holding public meetings and we'll have more available on that as it comes up. And that's all I had for this meeting.
Thank you. Great report, as always. Thank you. Questions from the board? Okay, go ahead, TJ.
Thanks for your report, Kevin. Appreciate it. Could you please continue to follow up with Dole and any other private property owners regarding the encampment near the Carson Thought Bridge? Because we have had 2 fires in the last 2 weeks in the same area. And I do know that the community policing team from HPD was going to go out there as well. There's a lot of pollution going on in that area. And we really would like to, before the rains come again, we really would like to get a handle on that because I'm not sure if you've gone out there, but we as community members see it all the time. And the thought of that side of the mountain coming down with the rains that come in the next couple of months is a little scary. So if you don't mind following up with them, and if they could bring maybe an action plan that we can be kept apprised of so we know what's going on there.
Yeah, certainly. No inconvenience whatsoever. We'll follow up with the HPD and also with Department of Community Services.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting us know about the fires. That's also critical for us. Mahalo for that.
Okay. Thank you, TJ. Any questions from the board? Okay. Questions from the community? Hi, Dean.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, sir. I wanted to ask if DTS could do a traffic study on creating a stacking lane as at Leilua High School and at Iliahi Elementary, especially in the afternoon pickups. Cars are parking from the school all the way down to beyond Our Lady of Sorrows Church along the curb, and Malcolm-bound traffic going up towards the Heights. They have to cross over on the center line to pass, and you're facing a potential head-on collision. And the other one is up at Iliahi, same thing. Cars are stacking along the curb lane or the curb, and it goes down to at least almost sometimes as far back as Dole. And so outbound traffic is crossing over sometimes as much as 30 cars to bypass those vehicles waiting to pick up their kids. The road is wide enough to create a diversion of about 2 to 3 feet without hindering any southbound traffic or coming into Wahiawa town traffic. So if they could do something to look at that, I'd appreciate it.
So just so I'm clear, so stacking lane, when you refer to stacking lane, you're talking like a double lane during nearby the pickup area to accommodate this.
Correct.
during
Yeah,
your
it would be to create a safety lane along the curb.
safety
for
lane at
parents
the
when they
curb.
Pick up their kids, right? And this is more so in the afternoon rather than the morning time. The morning time traffic seems to be very quickly and getting in and out of the parking lots. But definitely in the afternoon, there is potential for a major traffic accident there.
Yeah, sure thing. We'll follow up on those 2 locations.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. And coming back to our board, June, you have a question?
I just attended the sidewalks project last week.
Yeah.
And they had solutions for that very issue at both schools. So I don't recall exactly what they were going to do in front. I know they were going to make some changes in front of Lelehua. I'm not sure about Elia High School, but I don't recall the specifics of what they were proposing changes. So the mayor.
Oh, that's great. That's good to know. Thank you for attending that meeting. So we'll follow up with Renee at Complete Streets.
Yeah. So
yes, if they're already addressing it.
Plans in place.
Okay.
Or at least Lelehua. I'm not sure about Elia High School though.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll ask them about both. If they're doing it one, that there's no reason they probably couldn't include it in the other.
Yeah, that would
Very
be
good.
Yeah, very good. Good info. Any other questions for this? Anybody else? Okay, Kevin, I think you're good. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Was that a hand? Let me see. No. Okay, you're good, Kevin. Thank you very much. We'll
Thanks so
follow
much,
up with you.
Chair.
Thank you. And everyone, can we just give Kevin a round of applause because he really worked on Avocado Street for us. So Kevin, I hope you're still there because that was like moving a mountain.
I'm not going to take credit for that, Chair. That was a team effort across the board. That was everyone. That was Don at DPP. That was HPD. That was Andy Sugg, the mayor's chief of staff. That was really a team effort.
Yeah, we spent time out there.
but I appreciate the nod.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Okay, we're going to move on to our Councilmember Matt Wire's office. Kelly? Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Chair. Hi, Chair, members and members of the board. I'm Kelly Anaya from Councilmember Matt Wire's office. Just a couple of things to highlight. Councilmember was super honored to be able to recognize former board member Dean Harvest and congratulate him on his retirement after 5 decades of dedicated service to the city and the state. Dean's lifelong dedication to public service will continue to inspire us all. Also wanted to remind everyone about real property tax deadlines that's coming up on September 30th. For those of you that have the homeowner exemption, Councilmember wanted to bring to your attention, or at least remind you that if you have a family home where one of the owners has recently passed, to please make sure that you follow up that the current title holders are going to be or are signed up for the exemption. It doesn't necessarily transfer over like that. Also with the property tax credit, homeowners that have incomes up to $80,000 or less are qualified for a 3% cap on your property tax. I'll be putting in the information in the chat, so if anyone wants to follow up, I'll go ahead and do that. Also, thank you to Mayor and Director Auger regarding the Avocado Street. Yeah, Councilmember wanted to let everyone know, in case you haven't seen it, the owner did demolish one of the buildings and is working on the other. I'm not sure why they didn't do it both at the same time. Councilmember also introduced resolution 25-244 which would request the city administration to begin due diligence to acquire the land if the issues continue to be unresolved. That resolution has been referred to the International and Legal Affairs Committee, and that committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, September 24th at 1 p.m. I also wanted to mention that, like Director mentioned, the state DLNR is looking to possibly acquire the property. The consultant G70 is taking comments right now on the environmental assessment. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the draft. I'm sorry, in the chat as well. So you can go ahead and either mail or email your comments to them. Also, regarding the walkways in Wahiawa, thank you to all the community members that did show up for the meeting last week, Tuesday. Yes, regarding, I think Dean mentioned that Lelehua High School as well as Iliahi. I know for sure that DTS is looking to install speed humps because of all the speeding issues and complaints that we were getting. I don't know for a fact what they're doing at Lelehua, so but I know for sure at Iliahi. No timeline was provided though, so I don't know if putting in the request for the safety/stacking lanes is something that they would reconsider instead of the speed humps. But I'll let Mayor's Rep maybe take the lead on that, follow up. Council member also wanted to thank the Wahiawa Wailua Rotary Club for the invite to the golf tournament. He participated in the 7th annual Wilkinson Wakai Scholarship Golf Tournament, which benefits Lelehua and Wailua High School students. And then also to let you guys know, council member is currently starting up a kind of like a coffee with council member. We're going to be in Wahiawa on Friday, October 3rd, right there at the Halekoa room from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So these are kind of also like a mobile district office, I guess, if you will. Just come by, talk stories with council member, ask questions, hear updates, whatnot. So we'll be at Waikele this Friday. So again, October 3rd, we'll be there in Wahiawa. Okay, and then so updates from last meeting. I believe Warren had concerns about Rose Street. So I just wanted to let you know I am working with HPD and DOE. I believe HPD mentioned that there's some kind of it's by the sidewalk/walk area that is not completely enclosed by the cattle gate. So they're still able to gain access. So trying to work on closing that area up. I believe Ray Lenshenko mentioned about the Kahikani signage. I'm not sure if it's done yet, but when I spoke to DPR last month, they said it was scheduled to be repaired/replaced this month. They're trying to work with the insurance company, I guess with the person who damaged it, to get it fixed. And yes, thank you. I see the ceiling fans are working. It was working last week, Tuesday, and then the women's paper towel dispenser has been filled. Regarding the Wahiawa Transit Center, I still have not heard back regarding the clocks, the lights, or the maintenance, but I'm glad to hear that Director Auger is following up as well on that. And then board member Umaki, I believe we resolved the Board of Water issue regarding Avocado Street and the alleged theft. So I think we're good with that. Wahiawa Pedestrian Bridge, somebody asked about the status on that. So pre-construction activity started in mid-July. A public design meeting is going to be held in mid-November, and construction is slated to start in February of 2026. I want to thank Charles Miller from Senator Dela Cruz's office for providing me with that information. Also, I'm not sure if Chad is still there, but regards to the parking situation on Ihi and Lalavai Street, our office did receive complaints about that. Just more of a safety issue for the kids, and I guess the parents trying to walk the kids to Helemano. I'll follow up with DTS again to see if maybe we can do, I don't know, maybe like restricted parking hours during school time. So at least when it's I don't know, I guess when the kids are walking to and from school, maybe that'll kind of, help with the safety issue. Also, I wanted to thank Chair Ishikawa for squeezing in OAR's presentation tonight onto the agenda, as well as to Guillaume and his team for all their work on the Taste the Town Wahiawa event. If anyone has any questions for our council member, I can take them back.
Thank you, Kelly. Great report. Any questions from board members? Okay, questions from the community? Questions virtually? Okay, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
Rosemary. Oh, okay. Okay, so our next one will be, so the next one would be Senator De La Cruz's office, because we do not have the governor's representative tonight, but we are going to move on to Senator De La Cruz's office. Oh. Hello, Charles. Is that Charles? Charles, can you hear us? We can't hear you. Hi, Charles, we can't hear you. Can you check on your mic setting? What if you can't hear? Okay. Hey, Charlie, do you want to work on that? And we'll move on to our next, oh, you got it? Okay. All right. We're going to move on and we'll come back to you. Okay. So we're going to go on to Representative Peruso's office.
Aloha. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, you're good. Thank you.
Okay, great. So really quickly, because I know we still have to go back to Charles, I wanted to let folks know that we have been doing some, as part of the HARP team. So many years ago, in 2019, when I was first elected, we started to create that Hawaii Hazard Awareness and Resilience Program that I've talked about many times at this board. And in conjunction with that work, because of what happened with the tsunami scare, our office has been working with our team to create a proposal for evacuation routes. We're going to take that proposal, and this is for not just Wahiawa, it will affect Wahiawa, but primarily because Wahiawa is currently the main evacuation destination, and there's so much clogging of the roads that it's really untenable. So our plan creates a more decentralized approach. We're going to take it to the North Shore Chamber of Commerce tomorrow, and we're meeting with a bunch of stakeholders, including hopefully Chair Ishikawa and Vice Chair Charisma on the 17th, and then also the North Shore Neighborhood Board Chair and Vice Chair, among others. So DOT, landowners, military, and everybody has RSVP'd. I expect it to be a really productive meeting. And once we get an evacuation route planned, then we need to work on implementation so that the community understands the plan. And, we might see some modifications, but I think it's really important that people have a clear understanding of what to do in that kind of situation. The second thing is, Haima, we had a hearing with Haima around the tsunami issue and response, and Haima was very clear in their messaging that there will be the communities that are prioritized for shelters for any kind of disaster will be those who have already established and are working with an active HARP team. So the HARP team, that is the mechanism, the structure that is being recognized by Haima, and within that, people can get CERT prepared, right? So some of our members are also doing that, but that structure, that organizational plan is really what Haima is looking for. So we are missing a couple of members. We had a couple of members move away, sadly. So if folks are interested in that kind of work, please reach out to our office and we can help coordinate. Third, I've mentioned many times that we are struggling with what has happened at the federal level around cuts to Medicaid, changes in requirements for Medicaid and SNAP recipients. And so as member of the data task force, I'm really working with our leadership in the House and with the data task force, our Chief Data Officer, Rebecca Sai, to identify ways that we can be more aware of folks who could possibly slip out of compliance and lose that coverage, and so better able to communicate with those folks. So data management is going to be really important in our statewide efforts to deal with this issue. And then the last thing I want to say, sorry, I'm speaking really quickly, but I realize that Charles still has to go. On September 30th, we are working with the Office of Wellness and Resilience from the governor, and also the UH Health Initiative and the Malama Ohana Working Group, because they're going to talk about child welfare, and the Office of Homelessness. All those folks are going to convene at Wahiawa Elementary from 6 to 8 on September 30th. I'll be putting up a couple banners to remind folks, because that's how we communicate in Wahiawa. I hope that folks can join us and ask questions and really better understand the real wellness and resilience challenges that face our community, so that we can make better policy. And I'll be looking for ideas from the community at that meeting. It's also a great chance to have a robust conversation with those folks about what's happening around homelessness, what's happening on child welfare services, and the kinds of human care problems that we've been discussing for so long. So now I'm available for questions.
Thank you, Representative. That was a great report. Any questions from the board? Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, hi, Rep. Amy.
Hi.
Regarding Haima, I heard that they're complaining that all of the safe sites during hurricanes are only rated for a level 1 hurricane.
Correct.
And-
That's why we're talking about investment, and that's why I specifically elicited that response from the leadership of Haima about, once we fund them, how are they going to prioritize where they spend their money? And that was what they said. When they have active HARP teams in place, that's where they're going to go first. Because that partnership with the community is really critical.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, thank you.
Also have a question on Medicaid. This hits home. My partner is on, he's got MedQuest. I haven't seen anything new coming out of MedQuest in the state regarding changes. Are you
No.
aware?
Not yet. We are preparing because the legislation states that it won't come into effect until December 2026. So we, we have a little bit of time, but actually that's going to be upon us in a minute. So in terms of infrastructure and personnel, because it will take much more human effort to do the kind of processing of applications and paperwork and reports necessary to keep people on the rolls now that we have the additional work requirements.
If you're planning to coordinate some kind of a working group, I'd like to be part of it.
Yeah, thank you. And we will need to figure out ways in which we can better communicate with the community about what they need to do. So thank you. I'll put your name down.
Any other questions from the board? Questions from the community for Representative Peruso? And virtually, any questions for Representative Peruso? Okay, I think you're good for right now, Representative. Thank you very much for the
Thank you.
report.
Yep, thanks.
And let's go check if Charles is on.
Yeah, I'm back, Chair. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry about that, Chair and Board. So just a quick report, just an update on the Royal Palm treatment. A treatment was done through August 19th and the 28th by City and County Urban Forestry Division and the Department of Agriculture and Biosecurity. 82 palms were treated with foliar spray and trunk injections. And then I believe they spoke with you before the board meeting, Chair, but Tracy and Valley from KWO and Brandon from the Office of Homeless and Housing Solutions are there to update about the Kahale. Are they there right now, Chair?
Yes, they're here.
Okay, perfect. Yep, I'll have them take the mic real quick.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Aloha, everyone. Members of the community, chair and board, thank you for having us. My name is Sierra Martin, and I am here in representation of Kealoha West Oahu. We are a homeless outreach department. We currently service Wahiawa area, typically on Wednesdays. We do service a bunch of other cities, but we will be partnering with the Office of Homelessness and Housing Solutions in taking care of our homeless community here in Wahiawa. Today alone, Valerie and I have encountered about 20 people in Wahiawa, and this was within maybe a 2 to 3 hour time frame. And one of those areas included the area near the Wahiawa welcome sign. I'm sure everyone sees that when you pass. But in general, we have encountered a total of 60 individuals in the month of August, 34 of which were service resistant. And we have housed one household containing 4 people. We also received 20 community concern reports for the month of August, with a total of 4 households containing 9 people that joined our program. In addition to that, we have 5 households that were referred to a housing program and currently awaiting placement. We all know that shelter and housing availability is an issue here, and we know that the governor prioritizes that. So with that, I'm going to be introducing Brandon Mitsuda.
Aloha, members of the board, members of the community. How are you? My name is Brandon Mitsuda. I'm with the Office of the Governor. And I just wanted to, say thank you to Senator Dela Cruz's office for really working with us, as well as bringing everybody together to assist with people that are experiencing housing instability in the Wahiawa area. As the governor and all of us drive through Wahiawa, we see it at Lake Wilson, we see it here on the main drag, and we really want to assist all those individuals find services as well as housing. And that's why we have the perfect partner in KWO. They immediately are helping us with outreach. We just had the meeting last week, and they're already out there in the community, in those spots by Midas, in the spots by the Wahiawa welcome sign, and they're reaching out to everyone that's there. They're such an important part of what we do because they are actually talking to them, reaching out, offering them services, letting them know about all the possibilities that are out there for them to try to obtain housing. And I know that from conversations with them, they've already had some great interactions, and we look forward to partnering with them in the future. I wanted to give you our office phone number as well as our office email. Should you see anything that the Governor's Office of Homelessness and Housing Solutions can help with, you can always call us at 808-586-0193. It's again 808-586-0193, or you can email us at gov.homelessness@hawaii.gov. And, our office, as well as the governor, wanted to make a commitment to the board as well as to the community. Any kauhale sites that we are looking at as a potential, we will always come before the board and always gain community input before we proceed any further with sites, because we all know how important it is to have community buy-in and to have community support, because these areas will be in your community, and we want to really learn from all the lessons that are learned here and partner with all of you as we try to house as many people as we possibly can.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to start with our board first. Any questions? Yeah, good. TJ?
Thank you, Kealoha West Oahu. So nice to finally meet you folks in person. Brandon, don't run away. Finally, good to have you here in person also. But I wanted to know, you folks have been in operation for a little while now, year and a half.
We actually, our agency has been a homeless service provider since 2002. And we are based out in Kapolei. We recently took over for Achieve Zero, who had regions 3 and 5, when they could not, complete the rest of their contractual requirements. We took over. So we took over towards the ending of 2023, November, December. So we actually started going out the ending of December. So we've been trying to build rapport, build relationships with those that were getting the services and then not getting the services. And when I say it like that, think about it. You go see your doctor. You're going to see your doctor on a regular basis, and then boom, your doctor retires and just leaves. That's how they feel. That's how it's been for our homeless community or houseless community out there, and not having that trust to have another provider provide them services, because it's going to be like the same old. You're going to come in, you're going to come for a couple times, and then you're gone again. And I'm still going to be out here homeless, So we've been for about a year and a half trying to build that rapport with the homeless population. And, slowly we've been, I know she said there's a lot of service resistant, 38, 35 for the month of August. And we encountered 60 individuals. I mean, that's a little more than half. But in the beginning, it was honestly 60 encounters and 58 service resistant, because people were just not, they just didn't have that trust in a service provider, So it took us a while to just start building more trust. The more people that we house, they have their friends, they share, no, they're going to help. This is where I came. I started here. This is where I'm at now. I'm housed. So it's a lot with the clients that we do house and we do place or we do service and we do help and we're consistent with them. They spread the word, and it's partnering with agencies, DLNR, HPD, Office of Homeless and Housing Solutions. We like to collaborate with a lot of nonprofit organizations, churches, because at the end of the day, from the bottom to the top, it's going to take the whole state of Hawaii to house the homeless, like it takes a village to raise a child.
Great, thank you. And wow, that's a lot of information, but just one real quick question. Have you noticed if a lot of the persons that you're encountering, what percentage are not from Hawaii? Not necessarily not from Wahiawa, but just real quick. I mean, and I'm hoping that maybe we can get you here on a regular basis.
Yes,
once a month or something. I'm not sure how we do that, but I think this is a great start. And just that was real quick, just
Well, being this is Wahiawa, yes, we're the melting pot of the Pacific, but Wahiawa more so because there's military here. I'm gonna be honest and say maybe about 3 people every time we come out is either recently from the mainland or just got here, recently relocated, or someone sent them here. Because let's be honest, they are being sent here as well.
Right. Okay, thank you so much. And then one quick question for Brandon, right? When you're looking at some place to have a kauhale, are there minimum requirements or what are you looking for? And maybe there's a community resident out here or online that could possibly have or maybe be interested in providing a building for a kauhale. Can you speak to a little bit of the requirements or?
There are no set requirements for the kahale. We're open to look at everything. But what really helps us is, like how you said, an existing building or structure that has that connection to sewer, water, and electricity. When we have all of those connections already hooked up, and if the building is in pretty good shape, then we can put in a service provider and they can start providing services in that building at a very good cost for the taxpayer.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you.
That's all my questions.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on,
Brett?
Yvonne. No, I'm sorry. Oh, you're gonna, Joey,
Joey, you
Yvonne
go
had a
first.
question. She had her hand up.
Really quick question for Kealoha. I really appreciate the work that you folks do. So mahalo for sharing and for being present in the community. I know you shared earlier that Wednesdays are the days that you folks do service, but I guess for other days, like if we get or hear about like
folks who might need services, are you folks in coordination with other nonprofit organizations, or is there like someone else we can call, or?
Yes, I can actually give you my direct line and her direct line as well as our emails, or if you, I can share with the board and you guys can get it out there. I know I've shared it before. Correction, it's not Wednesdays, it's Tuesdays
Oh,
in,
sorry.
in Wahiawa. Sorry, that was her fault. Honestly, Mondays is when we're in Haleiwa, North Shore, Whitmore, and all of Sunset, Mokuleia. So we are passing through the community, and it's not like we're not going to stop by if we have clients to come and see on our way back anyway. So it's more of a Monday, Tuesday that we're in the area. If there are people needing services, specifically unsheltered or at risk within 14 days of displacement, eviction, or needing to leave a residence, whether it's DV or otherwise, that is the classifications and the minimum requirements to qualify for outreach services. They can reach us either through his office or directly through our emails or telephone call and just, I'm in need of service. You know, it's just like that. We have a community canvassing calendar that my team follows, and we try to schedule as best as we can. Honestly, we have a lot of community concerns. Some days there's 20, some days we have 50. And that's telephone calls, emails from all agencies, and even people that's needing services. So we try to prioritize, you know, as best as we can and reach everyone within that week. If not, we schedule them for the following week, but they can reach directly to us. And then my cell number is 808-745-6494. My email address is a bit long, but it's v.kupiloma@KWO Hawaii spelled out .org. And then Sarah's gonna give us.
I can give, yes, it's on the flyer, and my card is actually located on the table back here, but for the people online, I am the housing worker for Kealoha West Oahu. So any questions or community concerns for District 2 and 3, you can reach me at 808-728-5034. And my email is s.b as in boy, ROAD -Martin@KWO Hawaii fullword.org.
Thank you. That was a long email address. I think Joe had his hand up.
You guys need to work on your email names.
You can blame my husband.
I will give you the card. I will give you the card.
Brandon, are you eyeing any particular property up here in this area for housing?
Currently, there is no specific property, but we are taking any suggestions that anyone may have. We're open to anything. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing our due diligence. We're going to be going out there with the community, with community leaders such as yourselves at the neighborhood board, the chair, as well as, our various other departments to do assessments on it. And as we do that, we will include all of you in that process.
Go ahead, June.
Are you working with the city's intermediate housing, the one on California, or is it even operational right now? Because last
Sure,
week
we
I
can
went
talk.
by and I didn't see anything in there.
We are not working on that one, but
No, but it's a city, the city took it over.
Oh, the city took it over. Okay, we're always in coordination with the city's homeless coordinator and with Kevin, at
Well,
his office.
the only reason why I bring it up is because I was driving by and I noticed there was nobody on that property.
Okay. We
So I
can
don't know
follow
what's
up with the
going
city.
on.
We're in constant communication with Roy Miyahira, who is the homeless coordinator for the city. And so we
Yeah.
can communicate with him, get updates.
So
from him.
I don't even know if that's being used right now because it's supposed to have been open by now.
We
as
can
far as
follow up
I
with the
know.
city.
Okay.
And
thank
I'll
you.
get back to the chair on it.
Thank you, Brandon. Any other questions? Oh,
Chair, if I
go
could just add to that, June, are you talking about the building at 220 California with the wrought iron gates? Yeah, that actually is, that RFP was awarded to Family Promise, and they are actively working and accepting residents. Now, you may not have seen anything, which is a good thing, but there are they are actively offering services there to quite a few people. And I think the fact that you couldn't see anything means that that they're doing their job. But we can certainly maybe reach out to Family Promise to see if they can give us an update. I know that they attended our board meetings about 2 years ago, and they did have some obstacles to clear once they were awarded the contract, but they are indeed working really hard in our community to help residents that may need the services that are offered there. Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Questions from the community? Questions virtually? So I do have a question, if you don't mind. In the past, the city and the state used to try a program where they would set up tents in various locations in Waipahu Cultural Center. Whitmore had one, like it was like a 3-month period. The Honu project. What you're doing, is it similar to that where they had a place to stay? They had medics come in to check on them. Is it the same format that you folks are working on as well? And if so, is it bouncing off of what they did, that it was a positive outcome, or was it, is it helping enough people, is I guess what I'm asking.
Currently, right now, our office does help to fund the HONU program, and it's been extremely successful because we have tents out in emergency areas in Kapolei and other places that need the services immediately. We have HPD, we have EMS, we have all those individuals that are there. Our kauhales operate similar to that. So as soon as we have a kauhale that's up and we have residents that go in, they're immediately connected to all the services that they need. So HONU is kind of like a guide that guides them to our kauhale. HONU is kind of the emergency that's happening right then and there, and then HONU refers out to our various kauhale and shelter sites.
So when you do that, then you have enough areas to direct people to the right facility.
We are trying to do that. So that's why we're trying to stand up more facilities. So we have shelters run by different providers, right? Those are some. And the governor now wants to create more kauhale so that we have those bed spaces and those roofs to house people. They can come from HONU to those locations.
And then while they're there, are they also being provided not just food and services, but educational
Yes.
opportunities? And
Yes.
thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So what our kauhales do is not only do we provide them with the wraparound services of social services, but we're also talking about things like career centers, things that they can help to be applying for jobs, as well as getting connected to other members in the community. Some of our kauhale have what is called a community council, where they're able to, amongst themselves, discuss what's happening in the community and have guest speakers come. Similar to your board, they have like mini boards at the kauhales, and it's been proven to be very good at creating a sense of community. And that's what the governor wants. He wants to create villages that eventually will be able to be sustainable, autonomous, and contribute back to our society.
Yeah, I agree. I think all of that helps build positivity amongst the
Absolutely.
group and hope. Everyone needs hope. And I think that is the kindness that comes from what you're doing. So thank you very, very much.
You're
Any
welcome,
other
Chair.
questions from the community or from virtually? Oh, go ahead.
So let's see. Clarify for me, please, if you don't mind. The HONU is something that's temporary, 30, 60, 90 days. Is your kauhale program situated the same way, where it's just temporary, or what is the structure and the timeline for guests that may be there?
Our kauhale program varies. So some are shorter than others, but the vast majority that we have, people can stay as long as they need to in order to get back on their feet and to find jobs, to find other levels of housing. So the way our kauhales work is as people come into the kauhales, they receive the services, then they get elevated to a shelter. And then maybe after the shelter, they get elevated to like Section 8 housing, right? We keep on trying to elevate them higher and higher as their friends and neighbors from the streets come in to take their places in our kauhale. So there's no set time, but the service providers allow them the time to rebuild their lives at our kauhale. It's really like how the chair says, it's a place for hope, it's a place for healing.
Great. Thank you so much. And again, I can't say it enough. Thank you for all the work that you guys do to help our community members that need the hand up. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we give them a round of applause, everyone, for the very good work that you do? Okay, and so now we do our board business, that's it, right? We don't have anything else but board business, right? Okay, we're good, and we're gonna do our board business now. We're on section 7. For approval of minutes, item 1, regular meeting of Monday, July 21st, 2025, and August 18th, 2025. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes for those 2 meetings?
I move.
Thank
A
you. Joe.
second.
Thank you for the second. All in favor? Any opposed? No? Okay. And Michelle, it's in or off? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We're going to go to item number 2, board business. Discussion and vote on the following upcoming events and issues. Board members, we will need to have discussion and vote on each of the following items. Number 1, the Taste the Town Wahiawa, which is scheduled for Saturday, November 15th, 2025, from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Open for discussion.
I'd just like to say that I guess I would feel more comfortable, Guillaume, we spoke about it, if you could come back and let us know what the plans for, because if you look outside, it is now 8:41 and your program is going from 1 to 8 p.m. So it is gonna get dark in a month or so, I think, in November. It'll be dark by 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I think if you could come back to us and provide more information about the security. Will people be shuttling from the transit center to the value-added center, or will they be walking? Will you have security along the way? Things of that nature, because Wahiawa does get dark after around middle of October, beginning of November. So other than that, I'm looking forward to it and dazzle in 2026. Thank you.
Any other comments from the board? Okay, I actually have a concern myself. So I, as TJ talked about lighting and whatnot, my concern is actually traffic. Because again, that it's 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's kind of on a Saturday for Wahiawa. We're not a big town, but we do have traffic, and the park that's located right near the value added, they are solid with football games from 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. So parking is like all over the place. I mean, so I'm just wondering, where are people going to park? Because I don't, I know you're looking at the Hongwanji, you're looking at doing a trolley, but again, that park is packed with people, and they're parking their cars all over the, so that's my concern right now. I think you did a great presentation, good information. It's exciting. We definitely are happy that Wahiawa is being considered for this, and especially because the senators that, district and value added project is a great, movement. But I don't want us to have the experience that we had a couple of weeks ago where Wahiawa got stuck in traffic. We couldn't get in or out. We couldn't go. We were stuck in traffic. Nobody could move. And my concern is that's about the time of your event. So if something were to happen, where will we go? Where will people go? How will people get in and out? So for me, TJ's, I agree, security, but for me, it's traffic. I just want to make sure you have a place where people can park, whether it's the Hongwanji. I don't know if that's enough space or not, but I don't know if you have another location as a backup, but that would be my concern. But otherwise, I would support this, but I would like a little bit more detail on it. Any other questions or concerns from the board?
I'd just like to say, I share your concern for the Saturday period. The only other concern I have is we have this great, wonderful park where we used to have these kind of festivals.
Yep.
Having it in indoor spaces kind of takes away from Wahiawa, I think.
Yeah. So Joe is talking about the same park, the Wahiawa District Park here. We used to have a lot of big activities and festivals there and all that, but somebody put in the permit before us and now there's football there. So that's pretty much what happened. Anybody, any other comments?
And I guess one quick comment, you might also want to look at the football schedule because I think football may be going on for a couple more weeks there, but that will also increase the traffic along California Avenue. So if you're able to get a shuttle, you might want to look at maybe Wahiawa Middle School or Wahiawa Elementary School as an alternative parking site and have the shuttles go back and forth. It can loop right around onto Rose Street and then on Glen Avenue at Wahiawa L and then come down and drop off at the event site. But I'm telling you, dazzle in 2026.
Okay, any other comments from the board? Okay, so we would still like to support you. We just, if you don't mind coming back next month with a little bit more information on security and traffic and options. Yeah, and parking, yeah, options, yeah. Thank you very much. And then, I think once we get that information, we can move forward. But right now, on behalf of our community, what we recently experienced of being stuck in traffic, it was horrible, yeah. So we just don't want that to happen again. Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to item 2B, which is the Wahiawa Fall, which is the discussion, no, wait. So Wahiawa Fall Festival, right? We did that one. Yeah. Yeah. We did this one. I'm sorry, I checked up the wrong one. Wahiawa Fall Festival on Friday, October 31st from 2025 from 5:30 to 9 p.m. And then, yeah. I don't hear anything though. Any questions, any concerns? Nothing from the board? Okay, board members, do you want? Oh, I'm going to take the vote. Okay. Okay, having no questions, board members ready for vote? Yeah, yeah. So we are looking at the Wahiawa Fall Festival, Friday, October 31st, 2025, 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. There are no concerns at this point.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Brain fart. Parking, Miss Laurie, and again, traffic. Do you have an estimate of attendees? What does your permit allow you to have, and what are your plans for that? Would you mind coming up to the mic?
Yeah.
Or maybe just come, you can just come and get one of these.
Okay, so as far as attendance in the past, as far as attendance in the past, we've had about a little over 1,000 people attend. This is a event that we have had running for about the last 25 years. Just a little bit older than me. Okay, so no, but we've had approximately 1,200 people by guesstimate that have attended. Most are by foot, actually. They're foot traffic because a lot of them are in the areas. They live in the residences around. Some come by cars, so we're looking at having that additional parking at the head of Center Street and on the backside of Center Street near King. So we're going to go ahead and keep those open as well as Lehua Avenue or Lehua Street. We also have a nearby business or two that have said that we can use their spaces. So our volunteers can go ahead and park in there to display some of the spaces around the areas, because that is a concern for us as well. So that is my like right now answer. We can go ahead and work more on it. We do have security as well as HPD. We are also looking at alternate or actually supportive lighting is what it is. So additional lighting in the areas because we will have, people putting up tents. So it gets a little bit darker from the street lights, right? So we have people that are having lighting in their tents as well. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask one question though, before you give the mic? Sorry.
All right.
Sorry. So in the past, you said about 1,200 people roughly, and that was within your time period, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have any incidences in in those, in the other years that you did this, where there was a traffic issue or people had to park far and walk in, because you have kids, right? These are,
Yeah.
so did you run into any of
Not to
those?
my knowledge. I don't know, the team. Yeah, not to my knowledge where we've had anything where people are going from far. We have had, so we used to have it in the Wahiawa General Hospital, the parking lot. They're very gracious to us to allow us to do that.
Yeah.
And so I guess people were walking from, is it Core Street?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where the
From
Wahiawa
the
Terrace,
from the
yeah.
tennis court,
Uh-huh,
yeah, that-
uh-huh. So they would walk in from there, yeah. Or Palm Street, they would walk in from there. But yeah, not to my knowledge, where they're coming from way, way far away. Some are coming from like, near Iliahi and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, some were coming from Oliva, but they're coming by car. And then, yeah.
So
Good
board
question.
member, thank you. But board members, I just want to express that I've gone to some of your events and I really didn't see a parking issue, even though the number you're estimating is 1,200. I've never seen like crowds or anything. So, for me, that would be, I'm saying I would support this event with the details that have been provided. But if anyone else has concerns, we can still discuss. You okay? Okay, I'm gonna put it for a vote then. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask for that. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, okay, board members, we're on item 7A 2B, the Wahiawa Fall Festival scheduled on Friday, October 31st, 2025, from 5:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is a youth-oriented event for Halloween, basically. At this point, without any opposition, seemingly, I'm going to take the vote. All in favor to support this event for next October 31st? Do I have a second? TJ seconds. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, okay, the motion passed. Thank you very much. Okay, and the last item is item A to C, which is discussion and vote regarding the issue of the proposed development at or on Mount Ka'ala in Wailua. Everyone, excuse me, had a chance to look at the document. We're familiar with the event that took place at Lelehoa High School. We heard many concerns and many heartfelt concerns, I should say, of a community that is longstanding neighbors to us. So we consider each other as ohana in a situation like this, where somebody's home area is getting invaded, if you will. So this is a big issue, but we do have to take a discussion and vote on this. So open for discussion. Yes, go ahead, June.
Starting off with the proposed amendment that I gave at the meeting, the board meeting at Lelehoa High School. Since we have our former Hawaiian Affairs, we have Mr. Dean Harvest. Could we get a clarification when you were the board member and when you were the chair of the Hawaiian Affairs at that time, you made a statement that only parts of Mount Ka'ala was sacred. Could you clarify that for us, please?
Good evening and aloha. Thank you for asking that clarification. Mount Ka'ala is, in the terms today that we speak as a oral language English, yes, it is sacred, but not the entire mountain or mauna is sacred. The Hawaiians had plateaus, different levels of heiaus, different levels of meditation, different levels in which was sacred because of either, for example, the Hawaiian snail that is found only on the top of that mountain is sacred. The lower parts of the stream is not because the snails do not go down that low. So when you refer to Mauna Ka'ala, you refer to it as a whole, But when you refer to it in today's understanding, do not classify it as the whole mountain being sacred. Because if it is, then what are you going to do with the radar that's up there? You know, what are you going to do with the radar that's on the Waianae side on the slopes? So, you know, you have to be very cautious on how you approach this culturally as well as in today's society. Does that help understand?
Thank you. You did clarify. I had proposed an amendment last time on the second whereas where as stated right now, Mount Ka'ala, as well as other mountain peaks on the range are sacred. And my amendment was to say portions of Mount Ka'ala. So, Mr. Harvest, would you object to the current whereas? I don't know if you saw this before. I'd like for you to take a look at this and read the second whereas. Would you object to that, or would you agree with that?
Yep.
As stated, would you find that to be fine or proper?
Oh, yes, that would be well within cultural acceptance, yes.
Okay, thank you. Being that we got clarification from Mr. Harvest, I would withdraw my request for an amendment then.
Okay. Okay, any other comments from board members?
Thank you. I would like to, let's see, I would actually like to call on Maka Cassin Fisher. Maka, if you don't mind, Ekalamai, would you mind sharing some of your thoughts about Mauna Ka'ala as it pertains to this particular project? I hope you're still on. I just saw your name there.
Aloha kako, mahalo TJ, aloha board, chair, and members of the community. Maka Cassin Fisher of Waialua, of Waialua Moku on this side of the range that is Waianae, right? And Mr. Harvest, mahalo for your mana'o. Au he pauka I ke makahalau ho'okahi. He mahalo ho'i ko mana'o. Ai, kapuna ho'i na wahi like ole. Ka pi'o, ka waina, ke kula. Ma keia palapala in this rezo, we know that the entire range is so special to us as Kanaka here in the plains that as Kanaka, we don't belong in those Vau Akua. And I think I'll leave it at that. So the sacredness, the specialness, whatever English word you want to use, I'll keep it with kapu.
Mahalo nui.
Thank you, Maka. Any other questions or comments from the board?
Actually, I just would like to say,
Were you gonna talk?
okay. I guess speaking as a board member with roots there on the North Shore in this Aina, I think it's important that we remember why our community has spoken up so strongly about this project. And Gil, you can also comment to this also. Excuse me, double. The fact that any construction has started on this project, while all of the necessary permits and requirements have not been 100% fulfilled, stabs me in the heart like no other project has. So the resolutions are all great. We need to be able to walk in the land of the city and county of Honolulu as their purview of this project. But I think it's important to continue to ask for the project to be stopped until every single permit application requirement has been met. And we are thankful for the work that Kupa'a Ka'ala has been doing. But I think the resolution is just one leg of our wanting to protect that mauna. Because any other person that goes for a permit with the Department of Planning and Permitting, you as well as I know that every I needs to be dotted, every T needs to be crossed, every comma in place before a permit can be issued, before work can be started on a project. And the work on this project has already started for many years now, and they've already cut into a mountain. So even if now the project is halted, there is no way that they can go and put the mountain back into what it was when they started without a permit. So I appreciate all the work that you folks are doing. I would like to 1000% get behind the resolution and support the work that is being done with our community members against this project.
Thank you, TJ. Any other comments from the board? We do need a motion, but we have to have discussion first, so we're still in discussion. Well, we can, no, but we're doing both because we had, yeah. So I think as part of the discussion is this reso, which we openly attended, happily attended, at Leleho High School with the 3 other neighborhood boards. There 4 boards were invited. One board didn't have enough members to come out, so we only had 3 boards at Leleho High School. And the discussion was very clear. There really wasn't any question that this project is wrong. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a better word, but so there was overwhelming concern of this action or the actions that have already taken place. So I did talk to your neighborhood board chair, Kathleen. I did meet with her, made just very few minor revisions, very small revisions. But other than that, when we were at that meeting at the Lihua, it was overwhelming that we would be supporting the Wailua neighborhood board on this concern. And I think the discussion that we just had, clarifying from Dean to help us with that understanding of the history, the background, to understand where TJ is coming from, June with his concern. I think we had open discussion, and I am going to ask for a motion to vote at this time. Any opposed to that? Okay. Okay. I'm going to, okay. Yeah, but we gotta do it. So, Joe, did you want to do the motion? Yeah, we're gonna do, because we just had our discussion, so.
I'll
if you
do the
wanna-
motion. I'll
okay,
take a
TJ,
stab at it.
okay.
I would like to make a motion that the Wahiawa Whitmore Village Neighborhood Board support the current resolution in its form to oppose the project above, to oppose the proposed development at or on Mauna Ka'ala in Waialua.
Any second, June? Okay, I'm gonna do, and then we have to do a verbal roll call on this one vote. Okay, go ahead.
Just to double check, there's no further discussion, correct? Okay. Okay. State chair, vote. Can I call you? Charisma?
In support of the resolution.
Okay, that'll be aye. Thank you. Francher? Thank you. Rosler? Okay, not here. Okay. Sylvia? Sorry. Aye, thank you. Mendelson? Aye.
Apologies.
Oh.
The
Aye vote.
microphone wasn't working, but I was going to say aye as well.
Okay, got you. Thank you. Yoro? Aye. Yumaki?
Aye.
Aye. Yamamoto? Aye. Ishikawa?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. So that's with 9 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstains. The motion has been adopted. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Round of applause. Thank you, team. Good teamwork. So what happens next is I will go, they're going to print a formal copy of this motion, and I'll be signing it, and neighborhood board will be distributing it. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Yes, good motion. Good. Okay, so we got a little bit of time. We got time to finish up this too. So we are in board business 7B, chair's report and board actions. Call for disclosures by board members. Anything you have attended that needs to be reported. Anyone?
I attended, I think last week, Tuesdays, the safe walking routes.
The what?
The safe walking routes.
Oh, safe walking routes. You and June. Okay. Anyone else? No other meetings or events? Okay. Correspondence and distribution. We did that. We announced the upcoming events and no correspondence have come in. Follow-up, I do apologize. We did not get a representative from the Hawaii Farm Bureau again. So I will follow up again to find out when we can schedule that.
Madam Chair, in terms of correspondence, I received a correspondence and I think she said she had responded to you. It was from the director of HAPA. It was about a proposed resolution of fair governance. Did you receive that
I
email?
did, if it was the one last week that came in?
Yeah, last month.
Okay, because I got my new email address. That Ingenious.
Oh, you got a new email
Yeah.
address. Okay.
Yeah.
That could be part of it.
But
Okay.
I got the one that I got last week.
Okay, so it was a request for a resolution for us to look at it about.
Okay, okay, so I'll look into it then.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you. Okay,
Chair,
committee, oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Is this where we can ask for organizations like OHA? I do know that Ms. Pony is online and also Ke'alaho West Oahu. Is this the time when we can ask that they be added to our agenda? No?
A few things.
Oh, okay.
A few things. So that would be in committee reports because we actually have people are already assigned to committees, but we do have a vacancy. So that one has to be filled on. Yeah, because we did the committee reports at the other meeting. Yeah, so. Yeah, but to be, no, if they're gonna come to present, then we gotta get. But not they cannot be even. The people are full. Yeah, or the other or something to them. The other people are.
Oh, okay. So my question was to ask how we can get organizations like OHA and Ke'alaho West Oahu on our agenda regularly. So I was just told by the chair that maybe we can do something on a quarterly basis with them. So if you have reached out again, if you could kindly contact us and maybe once a quarter or once every other month or so, we can find some space on the agenda as space allows.
Yeah, so we'll work on that as far as it. I think our agenda gets full really fast, and we have a lot of things going on. So we try to get everyone we can, but it doesn't mean it's every month. So we will try to do the best to accommodate everyone. Okay, so we are now on item 7C. So education, any reports, Erin?
So the Board of Education is having community meetings and the closest one coming up, geographically closest, is on Wednesday, October 15th. It's from 5:30 to 7 PM at IAEA Elementary. And they're looking for community feedback on the graduation requirements. And so they're open for comments. So it might be worthwhile looking at that, providing your comments. And the other thing is this Saturday is homecoming in Wahiawa at Lelehua, the Radford game. So
Yeah.
expect a big event.
Okay. When you say comments, they're asking for comments, like
So it's a
of graduate-
discussion about, yeah, they're kind of,
like a grading system kind of thing? or-
and even what courses to take. For example, should finance be there? Should community service be part of the graduation credits? How many social studies credits should be required?
Okay, okay, thanks for the clarification. Thank you. Okay, military, June, or Ethan, any report? From military, nothing to report from military. Transportation, Joe?
Chair, you received an email from Compo, CAC. Do you want me to stay on or?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's the only thing I got to report.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they always to renew it, like a renew it. Okay. And water, Yvonne?
Nothing to report.
Okay, and Hawaiian Affairs, at this point, that seat is available. So it's open for discussion at this time.
I would like to chair that. I would like to chair that committee if at all possible.
Chair,
Go ahead.
I would like to propose Dean to continue. Since TJ is already the vice chair, I think it'd be good to have Dean as head of Hawaiian Affairs.
As I recall, we were trying to check with the neighborhood commission if a non-board member could be the chair for the Hawaiian Affairs. I think we were at that point and we never got an answer back.
So I can double check with our office and I'll send an email to everybody when I get the answer.
Can I just ask, since Dean is here, Dean, are you open to the idea of retaining the Hawaiian Affairs? Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was the, I missed that, I'm sorry.
I just asked if you were really interested.
Okay, but I missed it, we were talking about this, sorry. What was the clock?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so for board members and community members, so our neighborhood commission office will check into the question of the Hawaiian Affairs of vacancy, and we will discuss it at next month's meeting. Okay, all right, okay. Then we have our announcements. We are on section 8, announcements, board meetings. The next Wahiawa Whitmore Village Neighborhood Board number 26 meeting will be on Monday, October 20th, 2025 at 7 PM at the Wahiawa District Park's Halekua Meeting Room. Please check the website for any updates on our meeting schedule. I do want to make a quick announcement on that there is a chance we may be at Whitmore next month. So that's just a question. I'm going to get a confirmation if the meeting is going to be there or not. So we will, if you have any questions, email me, but I should get an answer on that within the next week. Okay, and then closing section. Information contact, City Streets Pothole Hotline, 808-768-7777. State Streets Pothole Hotline, 808-536-7852. Hart Maintain Roads Pothole Hotline, 808-566-2299. Cities Refuge Inspector's Office, 808-768-5220. Schofield Noise Complaints, 808. Oh, I think you have a new number you mentioned, right? I'm sorry, I just, this is this is the 656 number. We do, yeah, what is that number? I'm sorry. Yep. 15, okay. And for Schofield Noise Complaints, the updated number is 808-787-1525. Oh, I'm fine, 1528, I apologize. Okay. And that one is the email address, is that all correct? Okay, all right. Well, having said that, we are adjourned. Mahalo, everyone.